Welcome back. My name's Dave. This is Macaro Siding, my N-scale railroad. I'm going to do a quick catch up on some stuff, and again, I'm going to reiterate how much I like 3D printing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to 7 here. Is it 7 or 6? 7. There's a fleet of cement trucks, and beside it, over here, a fleet of dump trucks. These have been primed gray and then painted white. The cabs are going to get painted blue. There is a local cement company here that serves Espanola called Rainbow. So we're going to call the concrete plant Rainbow Concrete Products. And so I'm going to have to get my airbrush out and spray the cabs up, and then hand paint the chassis and the tires on these ones. And I'm going to have to prime these. I just took these off the. I'll go to 6 here so you can see them. I'm going to go to. I have to prime them gray, and then I've got to decide on a color scheme for the mine. The buildings are a sort of olive green kind of color, so I might do the cabs olive green and the dumper part of the truck black, and the wheels and everything else black. So we'll see how it goes. The other thing I want to show you is on camera 5. Just let me find her. There we go. And there's where the cement plant is going to go. So that's just a couple of pieces of cork that I got at the dollar store. Again, my favorite hobby supply shop. And I'm still working on the buildings. And 3D printing parts to go with them. So if all goes well, next week we're going to do the ground cover over there on the cement plant, and then we're also going to put the buildings in place and do some of the weathering and texturing and everything else that goes with it. But for today, we're going to work over here. And there is the substation right beside the mine. And so what we're going to do today here is I'm going to go over there, and we're going to do the static grass and some foliage and stuff. And I'm going to attempt to do one small section of Easy Line. Now, Easy Line is a product that is used in model railroading for the lines on power poles. It's flexible, so what happens is if you actually touch it or bang into it when you're working, it'll actually stretch and then pop back. So we're gonna go over there and try that too. I don't know how successful I'll be. If we're not very successful, I'm going to switch off, and you won't have to hear me turn the air blue in this basement. So if you give me a second, I'm going to go over there to where the power station is. I've got my static grass applicator. I've already used joint compound to blend the power station, the substation, into the ground. I painted it a burnt umber, so that if anything shows through it, it won't be too bad a problem. And I also put down some of my favorite ground cover, which is grout, to give it a sort of a gravel effect around it. So give me a second, and I'll walk over there and we'll get started. So here we go. Okay, so I'm just about here. There we go. Climb underneath. This is a duck under layout. And I've got to get a power cord here and plug in my static grass machine. And we'll just check on it here. You're probably just going to see my hands for most of this and not much else. Turn this around. Where is the button? And we got power. Okay. I'm going to turn that off before I shock myself with this thing. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put static grass in an L shape around here like this. Ah, of course I did. I forgot two things. Lord, yeah, give me a sec. I need some basing glue, and I need my my sprayer for isopropyl alcohol. Oh. So again, this is the sprayer that I bought. I'm not sure where I got it. I think I got it off of Amazon, but it sprays in both directions. And it's a very fine mist, and it's very controllable, which is a nice thing. So there we go with the isopropyl down first. And then we'll grab a small container and put some basing glue in it. And of course, have I got a brush anywhere here? Maybe not, maybe. Hold on, we'll find something here, people. Oh, right here. And it's successfully glued down to something else, but we'll use it anyway. So, we're going to take the basing glue. Well, the trick here is to try and keep it off that chain link fence, because that is going to be a problem to clean. So just keep going here with the glue. I don't know how much you can see from where you are. I guess it could back the camera up a bit. But let's see if we can just get this done. It shouldn't be a long video. Most of you know what static grass is. No, I got mine. My static grass is, it's not WWSCENICS. I think it's WWSCENICS. So here we go. As you can see, we got the glue down in here. Okay, keep going. Okay. So that's the glue down. Some days I wish I'd thought about the order of operations for this thing, but so take the pin and stick it in the scenery. Spin this around and turn it on the power. And flip it upside down and there we go. Just run the applicator close to the surface so that you can actually see the pieces of grass standing up. And you see right away it's blended in. And I will turn this off because I have been shocked once or twice with this thing and it does not hurt, does not leave a great impression. So we're going to let that dry. Then I'm going to put some trees and stuff. We're going to vacuum it up, vacuum all the excess up. I have a special vacuum that I use just for this. I think it's designed to be used in your car, but it works really well on removing static grass. And it's got a pre-built filter built in, so it doesn't. Okay, here we go. Now, this stuff, I don't know if this is N scale or not. From the size, I think it's got to be. So it's a very fine spool of thread. I don't know if you can see the actual thread there. Very, very fine spool of thread. And I have 3 or 4 rolls of this because I know that over the course of building this layout, I'm going to need it to work with. Now the other thing I do, and just so you know it, if you're looking for activator and CA at your local hardware store, and you go in and buy a bottle, and it costs you like $14 for the bottle, they sell something called miter bond. It comes with a bottle of CA, a large bottle of CA. I'm just going to move this around here, so we'll move it over there so you can see it. And a large bottle of activator. And I mostly use the activator. I use the CA sometimes, but today we're going to use both, the activator and the CA. And we're going to see if we can make this look like there's a... We'll do just one single line, because I have a feeling that things may not go perfectly. So what I do is I have a piece of leftover piece of silicone from a mold I made. And as I think I've said before, nothing sticks to silicone, even CA. Once it's completely dry, it just cracks right off the surface. So I'm going to put some glue up here on the top of that little stem. And I'm going to take this easy line. Now, where did we go? Which one did we go to? This one? And I'm going to wrap it around there. Ooh, I think I'm going to do twice. And of course, the silly CA thing is stuck to my finger. And I'm forever sticking super glue to my hands. And now you can see I've got a line. I don't know. I think what I'll do is once I've done this, I'll back up the camera and you can see again. So now I'm going to go ahead again. And this is working out a little easier than I thought it was. There we go. There's the CA. And I'm going to put some CA there. And I'm going to pull it tight. No, I'm not going to pull it too tight, though. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to let it droop a bit, because most of the time it does droop. There. So we have a line here now, and you can see how flexible this stuff is. And I'm going to... I had a knife back here. Yep. And actually, I'm going to go a little... I'm going to stop there, because you won't be able to see anything that I do after this. It's too far down the layout. So I'm just going to take that knife here, and I'm going to cut... No, does it cut? I've never cut it before. Actually, I've never used it before. There it cut. Okay, so that's hanging down. So now I'm going to take some more glue, and I'm going to put it up here on this one. Now when I use super glue, I tend to, and I think I said this before too, I tend to put it on with a toothpick or some kind of applicator. Okay, let's just, and we wrap that around there. And we grab some super glue again and go out here. And I think I will just, once I've done this, I'll back this up so you can see. And we're going to take this easy line and going to wrap it like that. Okay, so I'm going to step out from the from behind the layout where I am now, because I didn't want to work where the camera was, because you wouldn't be able to see. I'd probably be in the way. Put that tree back in there. So just let me step out here. And no, you couldn't see much, could you? Okay. So we have the easy line, which is probably very hard to see, and it's right here. My finger's pushing on it. We have the static grass all around. And so this is pretty well done, and this particular little module finishes the mine, except for a couple of places where I want to put chain link fence. And again, I get my chain link fence from a guy in the UK. It's the same chain link fence that's around the substation itself. It is not inexpensive. He charges 44 pounds. I think it's 44 pounds per sheet. Now you get a lot. You get like 150, 200 feet of fencing. So I mean, you could just buy one sheet, and you'd have, for whatever industry you're doing, you probably have more than enough chain link fence to work with. So as you can see, it's not that difficult to do. As I said, this was not intended to be a long video. So we're going to leave it at that, and I'm just going to go back to where I was with camera 1, and we'll just say our goodbyes. So we'll just go to camera 1. So we're back. So I'm hoping that the sound worked on this. I bought a Rode to Go 2 lavalier microphone system, which I'm trying out. I was having trouble with my boom mic, and this one allows me just to pin the thing here on my my shirt, and I can talk. And I was checking the audio before, and come on. I was checking the audio before, and it seems to be working just fine. So I want to thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing's free. Ring the bell, and you get notified the next time I put up a video. Once again, I am a very strong proponent of using 3D printing for your layout. If I had to go out and buy each of these individual cement trucks, okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. So if they were $3 each, we'd be closing in on $100. These things cost me pennies to make. The same with the cement trucks, or the dump trucks. And so if you've got the money, buy yourself a small, and I mean especially if you're doing N scale, a small resin printer. Learn how to use it properly, and you will be miles ahead in your modeling. Both these models, the model of the cement truck and the model of the dump truck, were free from Thingiverse. And you can all you do is search the web for 3D model cement truck, and you get a whack of them. Now, I must caution you that not all the models will work. I had some successes and some failures. I had another model of cement truck that was a flat front. a cab over vehicle. It did not print at all. Well, it printed, but it wasn't in one piece. It was bits and pieces, and I would have to spend all sorts of time trying to figure out how to glue it all together. It was just a waste of energy. So, again, thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, and remember, it's your railroad, and you can build it any way you want. And I'll see you next week with a video of the cement plant being put in place. And I'll get the camera set up for that, and we'll run through that next week. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.